Hey peeps, it's Julian here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, it's such a pleasure to join you. We're looking at question 2.2 from 2017 Maths Lit Paper 2. This is another financial question which deals with calculating percentage increasing and dealing with ratios. So they've written here that in the 2017/2018 budget speech, the Minister of Finance announced that there will be an increase in fuel levies, and that he stated that the projected income from the fuel levies would be 70.9 billion rand. The income from the fuel levies for 2016/17, so that's the previous year, was 54 billion. So 2.2.1 is now determined the percentage increase in the income received for fuel levies in 2017/18. So to calculate a percentage increase, so 2.2.1, percentage increase is equal to the difference from one year to the other. So the difference from year 1 to year 2. So the increase, so basically we knew the previous year it was 54 billion and they increased it to 70.9 billion. So we need to find this difference from year 1 to year 2. And that's divided by the year, basically year 1's value. So that would be that 54 billion. So this is going to equal, so as I said, the difference. So year 2, which is the 2018 portion, would be 70.9 billion minus the 54 billion, and that's all divided by that 54 billion. And to get a percentage we need to times it by 100, so times by 100, and this, so put this in your calculator and you get that it is approximately 31.296%. So that's the percentage increase from 2016/17 to 2017/18. Okay, and I'm just going to erase this to make more space for the next question. Okay, so moving on to 2.2.2. They now say calculate to the nearest billionth rand the total national budgeted income for the financial year of 2017/2018 if the ratio of income received for fuel levies to other expenses is 7 to 118. So basically that means that if income received from fuel levies is a seventh of the total, that means 118 is to other expenses. So therefore our total budget for this year will be the part that's from fuel levies, so the 7th, plus the 118th, which would equal 125. So if we're looking at the ratios, for every part there is a 7 that goes towards fuel, the total is 125. So what does this mean? So therefore we know that a seventh of the 125 multiplied by the total budget, so this is the total we get for this year. If we take the 7 divided by 125 times it by this total. We know that it came to 70.9 billion rand, because they've said this in the description above. So they've said that a seventh, which is your income from fuel levies, would be 70.9 billion. So now we need to solve for this total budget. So what we can do to calculate for this is that if we divide both sides by this 7 over 125, we will be left with just your total budget. So therefore what I'll do is we divide this by 7 over 125. We do the same thing to the other side because it's an algebra trick. Those cancel, so then we're just left with total budget is equal to 70.9 billion. We can rewrite this as the divide sign, divided by 7 over 125. We put this straight into our calculator and we get that this equals 1,266.06, and the unit here is billions of rands, and that is the total amount of budget we had for this year. So we can also re-say that as 1.266 trillion rand, but the way you've left it as in billions is perfect because they have asked us to keep the final answer to the nearest billionth of a rand. So we then, just to end off, it's just rounded off because we need to have it to the nearest billionth. So this will approximately equal 1,266 billion rand. So before I go, I just want to give a special thank you to our epic sponsors for making this video possible. Please read more about them in the description below. Be sure to visit our website for more of these epic tutorials. And remember, if you can't find the answer to your questions, you can always send us your question and we'll respond with a personalized video just for you. And until next time, stay epic.